a bad commercial. I don't like it.
Oh.
Here we go. So welcome back, everyone. I'm excited about bringing on my next guest. He's never been on my show before. I have Dr. Cathcart, and he's with Arizona Life Chiropractic. Welcome to the show, Doctor.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Okay, Doc, I want you to talk a little bit about yourself, okay, and a little bit about chiropractic, because there's something that you offer that I really want to get to. So go ahead and talk a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I've been in practice for 23 years, serving here in Phoenix. My office is right off I-17 in Northern. And we take care of a lot of people for car accident issues, other injuries. We do corrective care. Probably the funnest thing is when people coming in for an injury and then they get other benefits from chiropractic
Sure.
that they weren't expecting.
And some of those would be what?
Well, like we had a 35-year-old woman that was in a car accident, and after a couple months of getting adjustments, she announced to me that she was pregnant. And I said, well, congratulations, that's fantastic. She says, you don't understand. I've been trying to get pregnant for 7 years, and I haven't been able to. And then the next question was, could what you're doing have an effect on my fertility? And so I explained to her how the nervous system controls the reproductive system as well, so absolutely. But that's happened several times over the 23 years that I've been practicing, and that's real exciting stuff.
Wow. So let's say she was to have that baby. I understand that you can also adjust babies as well.
I do adjust babies. I had my first son was born 2 weeks before I started chiropractic school, and he was a colicky baby. And I didn't really know what to do. We were first-time parents, and we took him to a chiropractor. And I watched this chiropractor adjust this 2-month-old who had not slept for more than 2 hours in his life. And he would not sit in his car seat without screaming. We lived 3 blocks from the chiropractor. He fell asleep in his car seat on the way home, and he slept for 5 hours. So when I saw that, I thought, I'm going to adjust children.
Well, it is amazing what chiropractic can do. And, excuse me, it used to be where people, like, they shied away from it. You know, more and more people, I think, are receptive to it now. I think that the number one thing that you could say, and then I want to go into this new thing that you're doing, that you have, why don't they want to go?
I think they've heard war stories. They're a little bit scared. It's only 20% of the people that go to chiropractors. And so there's just a lot of people that don't understand what kind of health benefits they can get from chiropractic, and you really just have to try it.
There's so much. Now, do you do free consultations in your office?
Absolutely.
Okay. And you're rated with the Better Business Bureau. You're located in Phoenix. Their number is 602-242-7537. You got to check their website out. It's ArizonaLifeChiropractic.com. We're going to take a call in just a minute. I'm going to get to you in just a second. I do want you to tell them real quickly, because this is awesome. Just awesome. You have a patch that you say could take away someone's pain in less than 10 seconds.
That's correct.
Okay, how's that possible?
Well, they're called LifeWave patches, and everybody has studied in 5th grade science class that when the sunshine hits your skin, you make vitamin D. But we really don't think about how that happens. So the sun rays hit your skin, your cells respond to that frequency, and they make vitamin D in the little factory in the cell called the mitochondria. Well, the scientists that developed these patches has figured out how to put a pre-programmed frequency in a patch. It literally looks like a little round band-aid. There's little nanocrystals in there. Your body energy activates those crystals. We put the patch on an acupuncture point. It immediately communicates through frequency, just like the sun, to your cells, and they respond immediately. So we can tell your cells to have an anti-inflammatory response, and they respond immediately.
We're going to open up the lines to the audience, because you're going to enter, well, everyone's going to get entered in to win a free Take Your Pain Away in less than 10 seconds session from him. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. I want to take this caller, but then I want to talk about it more, because this is awesome, okay? How many people are going, wow, I am? Kenny, you're on the line. What's your question?
Yes, yes, we are taught to adjust every joint in the body when we're in school, and so if you have a restricted joint or an injured joint, it responds very well to chiropractic adjustments. Yes, we patch every joint in the body, and they work fantastic on those.
Well, thanks for the call. I'll tell you something. Our lines are open here. Everyone is going to get entered into win. The session is free, and well, you say that they can take away the pain in less than 10 seconds. How long is the session?
It takes less than 5 minutes to figure out where the patches need to be placed.
Okay, and so you do these free consultations. Our lines are open here, and everyone who's calling in, you're going to get entered into win a free take away your pain in less than 10 seconds with Dr. Cathcart. How's that? It's a session here that you're going to get through us at 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Okay, I got to ask some questions about it. I guess the first thing everybody's going to want to know is it safe?
Absolutely safe. There is no chemicals going into your body at all.
Okay. Is it approved by the FDA?
Yes, it's actually registered with the FDA as a type 2 medical device, and we actually, with our patients that come in for car accidents, they're obviously in a lot of pain, and we get reimbursed by the insurance company for those patches.
Wow. So everyone's going to get entered into win. You can call in. You can even ask a question. We're going to let people do that too. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Call in. Get yourself entered in to win one of these. Okay. One of the questions about these that I want to ask, like, let's say someone has had a slip disc, which I would think is pretty major. Okay. Would it work on that?
Yeah, it's interesting that you would ask that question, because I had a patient that had 2 bulging discs, and he was recommended for surgery, and he just didn't want to do that. He's a softball player, and he started using the patches for the pain. He was able to get off Percocet completely just using the patches, but now it's been 4 years of him using the patches. He just had a follow-up MRI. Of the 2 bulging discs, the one is completely healed, and the other is only minorly bulging. And so his body is healing because he's decreased the inflammation.
How does it work with a chiropractic? Because you want them to go to you, not just coming in there just to get a little patch for 5 minutes. Otherwise, we wouldn't need you anymore. But that's impossible. They have to go hand in hand.
Absolutely. When you get adjustments to the spine, it keeps those joints healthy. And so whether it's a slip disc or an injured joint, those joints need to move correctly. And that's the benefit of chiropractic, is we get the joints moving correctly. And of course that takes the pressure off the nerve as well.
Well, I'm going to say, just because I'm not a doctor, Doc, but you got to have it first. Sometimes, don't you ever, people will tell you, you know what, just I can feel it, if you just adjust me, it would be okay. Like, there's just that something in there that people can feel, that you can actually feel that feeling that it gets, if it just was slipped over here, and that's where you come in. Okay, our lines are open here. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Everyone's getting entered in to win this free pain patch, which is excuse me, it's a 5-minute session with them. We have Nicholas. You're on the line. What's your question?
Actually, they have 8 different patches. Thanks for asking, Nicholas. They have glutathione patches, they have sleep patches, they have energy patches, they have carnosine patches, and they have
Wait a minute, what's carnosine? I got to ask that.
Okay, carnosine is an enzyme that your body produces when you hurt yourself. And so when your tissues need to repair, your body produces carnosine. It's an antioxidant, and it helps for tissue repair. So if you wear a carnosine patch every day, you can kind of trick your body into hyper healing, and that's one of the patches we used on this patient to help his disc get better.
Wow. Well, thanks for the question. Good question. Again, the lines are open here. You can call in, you can ask a question or not, and our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. All of this information on your website?
All of it.
Okay, so it's Arizona. It's all spelled out. Arizona Life Chiropractic.com. Their phone number is 602 242-7537. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau. He does free consultations, and everyone who's calling in is going to get entered in to win. This is a free patch that you're going to take away your pain in less than 10 seconds. Now we're going to go to a break. When we come back further, I want to talk, when we come back, I'll get it out. We're going to talk further about some of these things and how you can help them. Again, our number here is 602-277-5369. Call in, ask questions, get some advice right here on Networking Arizona.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah, you see? Now how did you like it?
That's good.
See?
Yeah. You lead it well. That's good. It's not your first day, obviously.
Now, did you know that, Nicholas? Or
Yes.
no? You do, because I kind of had an idea when you were making faces right there at each other. Like, okay, so hopefully you don't have a lot of other people calling in, because we got to give room for other people to call.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So you see, and some people ask questions, some people don't. Some people might just want what you got. They want to talk to you later. They might call you off. You just never know. It's the first time you're on. I don't want to completely keep it on those things, but I want to come back. I want to talk a little bit further about it for anyone that might missed it at, just coming in on the break. And go back to the chiropractic and how that works, in hand in hand, because we don't want to forget that. I know you've got a lot here. I know you've got the anti-aging and all that kind of stuff. In the weight loss, do you want me to still bring it up, or should we hang on tight for the next one? What do you want to do?
Why don't we do it for the next one?
Okay. Okay. You see? Fun, huh?
Yeah, I can see how too much information.
It's
and
just
different-
too much.
I
It
just
sound
feel
like a big
wait,
long
what do you
commercial.
do? Like smorgasbord, like
Right.
you said. Which, I mean, it's great to offer a lot of things, but focus on something.
Exactly.
I'd love to tell this story.
What's the story?
It's
Where
the
is
story
it?
of a family with 3 daughters.
Where is it? Number? Oh,
Number-
mid-30s.
number 2.
Okay, we'll do that right now. No problem. Because, it's not that long of a conversation about the patch. It's pretty fast. It's easy to say. I think that'll be fine.
What family are you going to talk about?
I just wanted to tell the Kurt Bowler story just because it's
Oh.
so fun with his daughters and
Yeah.
ear infections. Just another benefit from chiropractic is kids and ear infections.
Okay.
And you should talk about the glutathione patch. You should talk about the stress patch. There's one that
Oh,
relieves
there's a stress patch.
and everybody needs that.
Okay.
Stress.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about the patch again, so we can make it first about the pain for a second, and then, Carol, there is a stress patch here that I do want to talk about, because when you're stressed out, your body's whacked out. How's that? Okay. So we're back. We are talking with Dr. Cathcart, and he is a chiropractic doctor, but we've been talking a little bit about these patches that you have in your office that can take away pain in literally less than 10 seconds. They are FDA approved, they're safe, and you can use them for almost any joint in the body. Our lines are open here. We want you to be able to call in, get entered in to win one of these. It's a session with them. They do free consultations at the office there. They're located in Phoenix, and you can call in. You can ask a question about any type of pain that you're having in any way. But we're going to also talk about some of the other things that chiropractic can help you with. So our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Getting back just for a minute to the patches. When the person was talking about when you said any joint, and you were the guy said hand or whatever. So if somebody has carpal tunnel or what have you, it can work there too.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter where.
We put the patches right on the wrist, right where the pain is, and it relieves the inflammation and relieves the tension on the nerves.
I'm just going to ask this one more question before we go on to some of the others that you have, and that is, migraines if you don't have a joint in a migraine, do you?
No, but that's interesting. With migraines, before I started using these patches, I had practiced for 18 years, and then I had discovered the patches. So when someone would come in with a migraine's a special kind of headache, and it's intense. And so I would usually have the conversation with the patient like, you remember a day ago when you knew this migraine was coming on? That's when you should have come in. And they're like, I know, doc, but blah, blah, blah. And now they got this full-blown migraine that on the pain scale is a 10 out of 10, and they're wearing sunglasses and they want me to turn the lights out. So I used to adjust them, and their pain would go down to about a 4 or a 5 after the adjustment, and then they would have to go still deal with that migraine. But now with the patches, I'll still talk to them about when you first feel that migraine coming on, you've got to get an adjustment. But now I'll adjust them, take their pain down to a 4 or 5, and then I send them out to the gals out front and say, have them patch you. And there's a specific patching protocol for migraines, and then the patients now walk out completely pain-free.
Wow, it's amazing. But now, the reason why you're having pain in the first place, guys, is because you're out of whack. Just said that at the break, right?
Right.
So really, you need chiropractic no matter what, right?
Right. People don't really think about chiropractic. They usually think, I need to take a pill. And we've been trained that way for years and years and years. When there's dysfunction in the body, a lot of times there's pain. And so rather than take a pill that covers up a symptom, find out what is the dysfunction in my body that's causing this symptom instead of just taking the pill.
Right.
And that's where chiropractic comes in. We adjust the spine, we remove pressure from the nerve that comes out of the spine. So the brain's trying to communicate with the body, it's being interfered with. Chiropractors remove that interference. The nervous system's the master system. So when you restore function to that nervous system, you improve function for all the organ systems.
Wow. Now, and I think that people, when they're in pain, I think that they want to take something, they want to get out of pain, so they want to feel better. I think they're afraid to come to someone like you because, and I want you to be able to say the reason why they should, because I think they think that it's going to make it worse instead of better because they're in pain. You know what I mean?
I do. Sometimes people get a little bit worse before they get better, and I hear stories all the time. Yeah, I went to a chiropractor once, and I got worse. Okay, well, if you haven't gone to the gym in 20 years and you decide to go back, are you going to get pain a little bit? Sure you are. Is that bad? No, it's good. You're getting in shape. It's the same thing with chiropractic. Sometimes you get a little bit worse before you get better, but hang in there. Your body needs to change.
Right, but you should not be afraid about going because they're trained to do the right thing. And you don't always need to have pills in order to feel better. Let's go back to some of these different patches that you have, because you also said at the break that you do want to talk about one that was about stress, and that's when I said, well, people they're out of whack, so they need to get that. And so let's talk about the stress patch.
All right, listen up, Phoenicians. We all have stress. Here's just a little bit of a neurology lesson. Your nervous system is subdivided into 3 systems. One of those subsystems is called the autonomic nervous system. It's the part of the nervous system that controls organ function. Now, it's subdivided into 2 systems, sympathetic and parasympathetic. Everybody has heard of flight or fright. If I come at you with a knife, you're going to either run faster than me or fight me off. And your adrenaline's going to shoot up, your cortisol levels, there's a bunch of physiological things that happen, and that's very healthy if you're fighting for your life. But when we're stressed, Phoenicians, we're slightly in sympathetic mode. We're slightly in flight or fright mode, and that's not a healthy place to hang out. And that's why when they do all the research on the effects of stress on human health, they're finding that it affects all of your systems. All of your organ systems are affected. Well, there's a patch now that you put on an acupuncture point, and it takes you out of sympathetic mode and balances you between sympathetic and parasympathetic. So it negates the negative effects of stress on your body. That's huge. Huge.
So if somebody is dealing with something like that and they want to call in, and can they get the choice of whether they want the pain or the stress?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to let everybody call in for, if you've got any issues He's probably got a patch for it too. How's that? And again, our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. We will try to get to the next call that's calling in. I don't know if you want to ask a question or not. We'll get you all connected with him. Again, our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. They do free consultations. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau, and their website with all this information is there as well, is ArizonaLifeChiropractic.com. Go ahead and you want to talk about your. Let them ask us a quick question. You want to do that?
Sure.
So I know doctors love when people call in and ask questions. So again, we're going to get Rod. You're in. Oh, you're on. What's your question, Rod?
That's an excellent question. Excellent
Thank
question.
you. Thanks for asking that for me. Go ahead.
One patch will last from 12 to 24 hours. Most people, it lasts closer to 24 hours. Some people, it's like their body draws on that patch and wears it out quicker. It just depends on how bad their condition is. But most of the time, you're going to enjoy about 24 hours of symptom relief from the patch. Thanks for asking.
That's a great question. Thanks for the call. Again, number here is 602-277-5369. So you had a question, a story you wanted to kind of talk about. So let's go ahead and hear that.
Well, just in 23 years of practice, a lot of interesting things happen. And one of the funnest things was I had a patient come in, and of course he was in a car accident. And he got some great benefits from chiropractic, and he saw me adjusting children. And he said, "You adjust kids?" I said, "Absolutely, I adjust kids." He says, "I have 3 daughters. Can I bring them in?" I said, "Well, sure, you can bring them in." So we started adjusting this family. And 2 years later, they were getting regular chiropractic for 2 years. He came in one time and he says, I have an interesting story for you, Doc. I said, "What's that?" He says, "I just got a call from our pediatrician." And I said, "Well, aren't you a little old for a pediatrician?" He says, "No." He called. I said, "The doctor called himself?" He says, "Yeah." He called to see what he had done to offend us. And he says, "Well, Doc, you haven't offended me at all. Why do you ask?" And the doctor said, "Well, you guys used to come in all the time, and I haven't seen you in 2 years." And he says, "Oh." He said, "I didn't realize it, but since we've been seeing a chiropractor, my daughters haven't gotten any ear infections."
Wow. You know, that's big because a lot of people out there don't realize that chiropractic is for so much more than what we used to think it was for. And you've said you've been doing this for 23 years. And so you must have seen a lot of different things. Probably the most that you get there that people obviously come in for accidents and that is what? Pinched nerve.
Right.
Yeah.
The pinched nerve, the proverbial pinched nerve.
Wow.
You just get, when you start getting adjustments, the thing I love about chiropractic is I don't cure anybody of anything. The body heals and regulates itself. My job is to remove the interference to that process. So when you adjust the spine, you're removing the interference, and the body is amazing.
How about fibromyalgia?
You know what? Fibromyalgia responds well to chiropractic, and it responds very well to the LifeWave patches. In fact, we've had some amazing experiences in the office with gals with fibromyalgia.
Well, guys, I'll tell you something. You really need to check him out. Go on his website. It is ArizonaLifeChiropractic.com. He's rated with the Better Business Bureau. Been doing this for 23 years. They're located in Phoenix. Their phone number direct is 602-242-7537. I'm going to let everybody keep on calling throughout the rest of the show to get entered into win. You're going to get a pain patch of your choice, whether it's stress, whether you got finger issues, no matter what it is, they're going to have a patch for you. Again, our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. How'd you like it?
Yay!
Love it.
That was fun.
See, so it is fun.
Yeah.
See?
You just make it even
Thank you.
more
It
fun.
makes it easy.
Yeah.
So, doctor, there's a few things that you can do. You can do a weekender. If you want to do that weekend, you can let me know on that one. It would be for the 30 minutes, $75, and if you want to commercials, it's $25. So